The psychology of manipulation, how people control you. Without you knowing, every day you make decisions that feel completely your own. What to believe, who to trust, what to buy, how to respond. But many of those decisions are influenced long before you realize it. Manipulation does not usually look aggressive. It does not come with threats or force. Instead, it operates quietly, through emotion, timing, and psychological pressure. To understand manipulation, we must first understand how the brain works. Human beings believe they are rational, but research in neuroscience shows that emotion processes information faster than logic. When something happens, your emotional brain reacts instantly. Only seconds later does your rational mind begin analyzing the situation. That short delay creates vulnerability. In that space between emotion and logic, influence becomes powerful. Manipulation works because humans rely on mental shortcuts, known as cognitive biases. These shortcuts help us make fast decisions, but they also create blind spots. One powerful bias is authority bias. When someone appears confident, successful, or knowledgeable, your brain automatically assigns credibility. You are more likely to agree, even without evidence. Another strong bias is reciprocity. If someone gives you something, even a small favor, you feel subtle pressure to return it. This is why free samples increase sales. It creates psychological debt. Then there is the scarcity effect. When something appears limited, it feels more valuable. Only a few spots left. Last chance. Scarcity creates urgency. Urgency reduces careful thinking. But manipulation goes beyond marketing. It often appears in relationships. One common technique is gaslighting. Gaslighting happens when someone repeatedly denies your reality. They may twist conversations or claim events never happened. Over time, you begin doubting your own memory. Once self-trust weakens, dependence increases. Another tactic is emotional mirroring. Humans trust people who seem similar to them. Shared values, shared struggles, shared interests. Manipulators observe carefully. They reflect your beliefs back to you. The similarity feels genuine, but it may be strategic. There is also intermittent reinforcement. This principle comes from behavioral psychology. Unpredictable rewards create stronger attachment than consistent ones. In relationships, this might appear as alternating affection and withdrawal. The unpredictability keeps you seeking approval. The emotional inconsistency strengthens attachment. Manipulation succeeds because it targets universal needs: the need for belonging, the fear of rejection, the desire for validation, the fear of loss. These are not weaknesses, they are survival instincts. For most of human history, social rejection meant danger. So the brain evolved to prioritize acceptance. When someone threatens that acceptance or offers it conditionally, your nervous system reacts strongly. Under emotional pressure, critical thinking decreases, stress narrows attention, urgency reduces analysis. This is why manipulators create deadlines, ultimatums, or intense emotional situations. Compressed time leads to faster decisions, and faster decisions are easier to influence. It is important to understand that influence itself is not always negative. Persuasion can educate, it can inspire, it can motivate positive change. The difference between persuasion and manipulation lies in transparency. Persuasion respects your awareness. Manipulation depends on your blindness. So how do you protect yourself? First, slow down decisions made under strong emotion. Manipulation loses power when urgency disappears. Second, Observe patterns instead of isolated words. Anyone can promise. Behavior reveals intent. Third, strengthen your self-awareness. The more confident you are in your values and boundaries, the harder you are to control. Manipulation is not supernatural. It is psychological strategy applied without ethics. And once you recognize the patterns, you begin to see them everywhere. In advertising, in social media, in politics, in relationships. But awareness changes everything. Because the moment you pause before reacting, the moment you question emotional pressure, you shift from being unconsciously influenced to consciously choosing. And in a world full of persuasion, the greatest power is not controlling others, it is mastering your own mind.